Which in itself is weird. Oh, right, we're going.
Hey, Cooter! Joe! Check this out! There's anywhere but here, man, on this here podcast.
Oh, I like me some podcasts, man.
What y'all talking about?
We're talking about anywhere but here.
What's anywhere but here? Anywhere but here in Mississippi?
No, man, anywhere but here over in England.
Hey, we ain't in England.
I know, but that's where the England's from.
What?
Hey, Cletus, remember when we went and saw that movie about the wars in the stars and they had like lightsabers and stuff like that? Well, these people here talk about things we like.
Really?
I guarantee.
Well, hot diggity damn. What we waiting for?
Anywhere but here podcast.
Hello and welcome back to Anywhere But Here. This is episode 102. I am Tom.
And I'm Ant.
And you can find us at abhpod.com, where up in the right-hand corner, it's the January sales now.
Yes, it is January sales.
You can still provide us with much-needed money by buying your stuff through our Amazon wish list. No, Amazon link.
You can buy stuff through our Amazon wish list if you.
This is true. You can search me out, and you can search Ant out, and you can buy us stuff.
You can fulfill our wishes.
And if you go through the banner, that's a double thing for us because we get a gift and we get 5% of what you spend.
Genius.
Yeah.
Why didn't we think of this before?
If only we were hot women, because you know those porn types.
We've got webcams.
Yeah, this
and
is
wigs.
That's it. New Year's resolution.
Use the banner. Use the banner, please. That's to pay for next year's hosting, because this year, in about 2 weeks, will be renewed and you've got us for another year.
Yeah.
You lucky things.
You lucky people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And you can actually, even if we get more money, we can buy extra equipment. I mean, Tom gave up his Christmas.
Yeah,
his Christmas presents for equipment for the podcast. So if there is a slightly different sound to our voices,
it's because we have new equipment and we're using them outside of the pod, which is almost done.
It's almost done.
It's almost ready. It's almost ready for the two of us to go in there.
Yeah.
Because I got 2 crane arms.
No.
I got 5 for some reason shock mounts.
Yeah. Well, for future guests.
Yeah, indeed.
That's the thing. The beauty of the pod. It does give us space.
Yes. I have 4 chairs down there, which we've sourced from various places, including outside a house from down the road.
Oh, really? Just brought that in and stuck them in the pod to dry out.
Yeah, the felt is on the table.
Wow. Oh, awesome.
Black felt.
So you get some nice soft drumming, which people probably can't hear,
because of the shock mounts. Yay!
And
we won't
can,
be hashtag stop
quiet.
hitting things.
Yeah. Well.
Maybe.
It depends how hard we hit those things. But you can actually see, because Tom's face is all exposed in the YouTube video.
Yeah, I'm not hiding behind a pop shield this week.
Yeah, if you go to youtube.com/ABH podcast, you will see Tom's face.
In all its glory.
Without the big black circle around it. Of the shock mount. Yeah, that's one way you can see us, actually. You can hear us. If you're on our website and you use the menu, the toolbar, we're going to do this awkward thing again, the roundabout. I'm explaining step by step.
Yeah. People need instructions.
Some people don't know. You click on the shows button, you click on choose any of our 3 shows, and on the right-hand side, I don't know, on the right-hand side, that's my right, that's your right. On the right-hand side, there are links to Stitcher and iTunes where you can click and you can find us in audio form and subscribe.
Yes.
So you don't have to search us out every week like you already do, because you so need us every week. You search us out every Sunday for an episode.
Actually, weirdly, my iTunes has unsubscribed from Anywhere But Here.
Really?
And it unsubscribed from a load of other podcasts as well, which is why I'm so behind on quite a few. Yeah. Because I didn't realise for a while. I was like, oh, it's gone quiet in the podcasting sphere. Yeah. And then all of a sudden I realised I was unsubscribed. But it won't let me resubscribe to Anywhere But Here. I've resubscribed to every other podcast, but it won't allow me to resubscribe to our own.
How odd.
It's very strange.
Very odd. That is an odd thing.
So
I don't know what happened there.
No.
If anyone knows, let Tom know.
Yeah, because it's winding me up.
Tweet him at ABH Pod. That's us, but Tom will see it.
I'll see it. And you can also find us in slightly more long format on Facebook.
That's the one.
Yeah. Or email us at Gmail, abhpod@gmail.com.
That's right, yeah.
That's the one. Which
there you go.
People do and have.
Remain anonymous if you wish. Which is weird. Now, actually, speaking of anonymity.
Yes.
If you are at work, as people are.
Yes.
And you get into a team meeting with your team leader and he says, this is what the company have decided to do. And then you speak up and you say, I'm not happy with this.
Mm.
You know, I've got a complaint. Can you go and question this thing? If you're in your team with your team leader and you speak up about it and then your team leader has to report, you would assume he would keep you anonymous, wouldn't you?
You would assume so.
Yeah, no, that didn't happen for me. My team leader went into a meeting and said, oh, Anthony said this.
Oh,
yeah.
So your head's above the parapet.
Yeah, but then the guy came up to me and he was speaking and explaining, like the manager, and then he said, you know, don't think because I said I'm not happy that he's sort of singled me out within the team. And then he said, well, you know, don't think we're going to treat you different because of this. I'm like, yeah, but you will.
Yeah.
Even if you don't mean to, you will.
So what, you spoke out against something?
Yeah, it was just this whole... Because we work shifts, the opposite shift was getting Christmas Eve off, but then they were going to work Sunday and get paid Sunday overtime. We were working 6 hours, getting paid 8. They would have to work 8 hours, but they get Sunday rate, and it's kind of like, well, that's fair enough. That's a bit shitty that we weren't given the option.
Yeah.
But fine. And then it turns out there wasn't enough production, so then they got Sunday off as well.
Oh.
So they got a paid day off. But they only got standard rate. And then it said, oh, but we'll pay you Saturday and overtime rate for working Christmas Eve. And it's like, well, hang on a minute. That's not on. Why not pay us Sunday rate? Well, you're getting paid for 8 hours and you're only working 6, but that would have happened anyway.
Yeah.
That's just company. That's what happens. Yeah, so I spoke up about it. And it was just a bit of a shitter. We got a whole day in lieu instead. So essentially we got double pay.
So it worked out.
In the end.
Yeah.
But it was just a bit shitty the way they did it without like consulting the union or a fairness committee or anything.
Well, why would
but
they
I
do
spoke
that?
out about it, and the boss was kind of, he turned around and went, well, you know, but he probably thought if you've got the balls to speak out, then, you know,
Then
you wouldn't
okay
mind your
with-
name
yeah,
coming up. And
yeah.
it was like, well, what? That's just bollocks.
No.
That's a completely shit fucking excuse. I understand, but my team leader's one of these guys. He's kind of like, oh, it wasn't me, it was him.
Yeah,
It's not my fault, it's his fault.
Pass the
What
buck.
about him? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was a bit put out by that. And I thought, fuck off. So, what we will say is if you wish to remain anonymous when emailing us, please do tell us.
Because otherwise we might name and shame and you might be, you know, put out.
Yeah. Oh, Happy New Year, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Happy New Year to you too.
And to everyone out there. Good point. This is the first one of the new year.
Yeah, it's weird.
2015.
If this is a little bit rusty, and it probably is, we don't know. We're not sure until we listen back.
It's a post-Christmas slump,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's the whole thing of like the last 2 episodes that we put out were all pre-recorded.
Yeah, so we
And
haven't.
one of them
recorded
was
for 3
recorded
weeks.
over months as well.
Yeah, it was.
Put
Yeah.
together over weeks.
Yeah.
So it's all a bit weird now.
It's all a bit new.
And now we don't
we've
have
got
the
new
pop
equipment
shields.
as well, so there's not that comfort.
It all feels a bit uncomfortable, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
I'm fucking glad we're not down in the pod today like,
Yeah,
as a trial.
believe me, it'll be freezing in
Oh,
there. Yeah. I'm gonna have to put
Space
a portable
heaters.
heater in
Yeah.
there. Yeah, definitely. So how was your Christmas and New Year period? Let's just
Holiday
talk about
period.
That for a bit. Yeah,
Let's get politically correct,
Festivus.
shall we? The holiday period. It was good. It's just the usual Christmas Day was a complete shambles. It was all over the place. Lots of travelling, but that's so we could relax on Boxing Day. But unfortunately, like last year, we got ill. Everyone got ill on Boxing Day last year. Liz came down with laryngitis on Boxing Day.
Right.
Or it exposed itself on Boxing Day. So Liz was ill, so we couldn't really do much.
No.
Which is good because we didn't want to do a lot anyway. It was Boxing Day. And then a couple of days later, I came down with man flu.
Yep.
So there's Liz laid up with laryngitis, me with man flu, and then a 7-year-old child in the Christmas holidays who just wants to do stuff. So unfortunately,
neither of you got
although
the
it's been
energy.
scientifically proven men suffer more with their illnesses,
Which we've covered in the past.
yeah, quite, a lot. I had to man up because Liz, hers had an itis on the end, so hers is a genuine
It's a
illness.
proper illness.
It's a proper illness,
you've
so
got
I
an
had to man
itis.
up and kind of look after the child and kind of go out for walks and try and clear my head with it. But it was fine. It was all right. It was just a bit shitty that we were ill again, and I'm still kind of on the tail
Bit
end of my
bunged up.
cold. Yeah, because then Chloe got ill as well the other night, so... so yeah, it was all right. And plenty to keep me busy.
Yeah,
suppose.
well, it's that time of year, isn't it? You're always busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yours all right?
Yeah, it was fine actually. I didn't get ill this Christmas for probably the first time in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
I think.
Lucky
I've
bastard.
normally been ill every Christmas for the last 3 or 4. Yeah, not too bad. Christmas Eve I was working until 3.
Yeah.
And then I went straight to a family thing that lasted most of the evening. Cool. Chilled out on Christmas Day, didn't do anything. We stayed indoors. Played my Marvel Monopoly game.
Yeah, I see that up on this.
And surprisingly, no arguments in a game of Monopoly that lasted the best part of 3.5 hours.
Fucking Monopoly.
I know.
Fuck, I can't. It's one of those games I really want to like it, and I used to as a kid.
Yeah.
But now I'm older, it's kind of like you've got to stick by the rules.
Believe me, after the first hour...
You wanted to give up.
Yeah, I stopped giving a shit.
Dude, seriously, Junior Monopoly.
Yeah, maybe.
Game lasts 10 minutes.
But that's Marvel. It has, it's quite cool.
Yeah. Play it with Junior rules. If you land on a space,
Maybe.
you have to buy it. There's no houses or hotels.
Oh, really? Is that the rule?
Yeah. Seriously.
That's effectively the tactic that I employ anyway, because I like having arguments with people.
Oh, really?
I just like bartering with people, trying to get their stuff for much less than it's worth.
Yeah.
I'm a bit snidey when I play Monopoly.
Yeah, we played a lot of Junior Trivial Pursuit, which is really good because it has a pack. It has 2 packs of children.
One for kids and one for adults.
2 packs of adults cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 packs of each. So that's really good. So it's a fair game.
Yeah.
But you can get cheese pieces, pie pieces.
Yeah, we call them cheeses.
See, we call them. You can see cheesy pieces. Cheese pieces a bit better than pie pieces. But anyway, we would call them pie. Because you get a pie dish to put your pieces in.
And it's like the pastry, and then you put
exactly.
I get it.
Yeah. So
we're a cheese
Junior one,
household.
you can get them on any space. So every space is coloured. Well, there's 4 roll again spaces.
Okay.
Because on normal Trivial Pursuit, it's only at the end of the spokes, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is another quick version.
Yeah, we've got a genus edition which you can do as a quick version as well. Which is quite good. But obviously there's no kid questions.
We played a lot of that, a lot of frustration.
Cool.
Which doesn't have the middle popper anymore.
Doesn't it?
No, you have paddles at the end in your colour that you flip. Which
okay.
I don't know, still fucking frustrating game. Played some Ludo, getting Chloe into some board games and things now.
Yeah.
Ludo, Uno. No, we play Uno, not Ludo.
Uno, not Ludo.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We got Cards Against Humanity as well.
Oh, you bastard.
That's a good game.
I really wanted to buy that to do on the podcast, but it's not as good with just 2 people.
No, you need
more than 2 people.
At least 3, but I would say more than 3 even.
If
I'm honest. Because then you've got more. I was gonna take it down to my my parents on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
And I'm quite glad that I didn't actually. Because it's quite uncomfortable. Some of the because I can't stop myself from being.
You don't want to play with parents.
No,
not a game like that.
No, and I realised that it probably would have been quite a bad idea.
Yeah.
So it was a good thing that I forgot to take it down there.
Yeah, it's definitely a play with your friends, not your parents.
Yeah,
unless your parents are ultra. I mean, your parents are cool. But
my parents are cool.
That's
but
the thing. I think
there is a line.
I think they would have been fine. I think you would have felt uncomfortable. I think they would have been fine with it.
Maybe though. I think also it's a game that is improved by being quite drunk.
Yeah,
while playing
that's
it,
true,
and my parents don't really drink.
Yeah, actually, that's true. I don't really drink a lot.
No. I mean it's fine without the drink, but I think to get over being a bit kind of self-conscious about the horrible nature of the answers that you give, like you just need a couple of drinks to get over that kind of, to let your inhibitions down a little bit, you know.
Yeah, it's the difference between looking at a card and going, oh no, I won't do that, and going, fuck it, that'd be hilarious.
That's hilarious.
What are the best sort of ones you've come up with so far, or your favourite card you've brought out?
Oh God,
I always do this to you, no pre-warning.
It was like that bloody Textastrophe book. I can't remember, but one of the answers was like a cum-guzzling Pac-Man.
That's amazing.
But I can't remember what the question was.
Extremely well, I should imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, I do. Yeah, those sorts of games are brilliant.
But they've got loads of different types. You can get like a 90s version.
You get expansion packs now, don't you?
So we're going to collectively try and...
But then you have to keep them separate and things.
We
went to the pub on 27th, I think. So Liz was very ill, trying to come down because our friend Fergus was down for Christmas.
Whose birthday it is today?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Happy birthday, Fergus!
If you're listening, which I don't know whether he does he?
I don't know if he does. No, I think I had to explain to him what it was.
Oh right, okay.
I think. Anyway, so either way, we went to see him. Because he was down for for Christmas and his birthday, I should imagine. It was sort of joint drinks, so we all went out. And then somebody has that heads up game on their phone.
Okay.
Stuart had it,
yeah.
So he cracked it out, and we played that, and that's just funny.
Is heads up? Is that the game where you have to
you
guess
hold it to your head, and you have to, then it films the people.
Oh really?
It films the people trying to
that.
make you guess, so you get them, and it's got different categories, and you kind of duck your head right forward to continue.
Yeah.
Like you got it back, or you lift your head up to pass.
Okay.
To the next question. But yeah, so I downloaded that as well, so that was fun.
That's quite cool.
Yeah,
it was
brilliant.
Have to give that a go.
Brilliant fun. Maybe that's something we can do on 104th episode.
Yeah, maybe.
If we get on
speaking
Skype
of
webcam
which,
with people.
yes.
No, we don't want to do live stream. Fuck that. We're not doing that again.
No. But speaking of which, we did trail the 104th episode. It's going to be our 2-year show, which is only 2 weeks away now.
It's the anniversary. See, this is the problem we do. Like we did it with the 52nd and the 53rd.
Yeah.
104th is the anniversary of the day we started, our first release.
Yeah.
It's not the start of the next lot.
No,
this is
right.
actually the day we started. So
Yeah.
104th.
104 is going to be where we're going to do an experiment. We're going to see how this works. Basically, what we're going to do, we will put our Skype number out there, I guess.
We might.
We're going to have to.
Skype name, which is probably quite easy to guess if you've ever listened to the bloody podcast before.
Go ahead and get
the standard 6-letter.
You can find us on Skype. ABH Pod.
Yes.
Is not at
ABH.
No, not just ABH Pod. And what we're going to do is keep that open and see whether anyone bothers to join in.
Yes.
So 2 Sundays time. What will the date
2 Sundays,
be?
18th.
The 18th.
Yes.
Good stuff. So
we
the 18th.
Record later in the day for us.
Yeah, so that Americans can join in. Or
early
people,
in the morning if they want to get up early to talk to us.
Yeah. And we'll just leave that open and we'll see if you join in. We're going to do like a regular show. We'll put out the times that we're going to do it nearer to the time.
Yeah, it was sort
we haven't got
I imagine
concrete.
It would be probably just after lunchtime, would it? Is that right?
Yeah.
So 1 or 2 UK time?
Yeah.
Shoot for that.
I guess so.
I don't know.
So what will that be? That'll be like 6 o'clock.
That'll be like
in
7
the morning.
or 8, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out closer to the time. It'll be around that sort of time anyway. It'll be later in the day for us.
And
so the
effectively, we'll start off doing a regular show.
East Coast, sorry, only East Coast. Yeah. Because like 8 hours difference between.
So I think Annalise and Neil are a bit out of. They're going to have to get up early if they want to join in.
Or stay up.
Yeah. So. Yeah, we'll just leave that open, and then if you want to get involved in the show, you can call in and be on the show, have a chat with us. I don't know. We're going to leave it very open and loose because, like the last year's one was kind of we tried to structure it and it didn't quite work the way we wanted it to.
We had games and shit.
We had games and it kind of
turned into a chat. That's the problem we always do. It always turns into a chat.
So we figured. We just have people on and chat to them because that's what we do anyway, isn't it?
It'll be like a normal episode on our end. If nobody calls in, it'll just be a normal episode. If somebody calls in, we'll just get them involved in whatever we were talking about before they started calling.
Yeah, we'll give you a warm up, be like, this is what we're talking about, and go.
Yeah.
So if you want to be involved in the 104th episode, there'll be a non-specified length, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
We'll just
perhaps we should let the ladies know.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, so that is essentially what the idea is. As with most of our ideas, it's just the bare bones of an idea.
Ultimately, what we've done is we're not going to try and plan too much.
No.
Because it never works.
No, exactly.
Apart from 100, actually. That went quite...
100 went all right.
Yeah. People seem to like it.
Yeah. We got some very good feedback, in fact. There's too much to go back over, if I'm quite honest with you. But specific mentions to Dave, Nerd Church, History of Misunderstanding, Paul and Robbie. for kind of, having a chat with us.
People seem to like it. Yeah.
We've also
Weekly
had
Geek
tweets.
Speak sent us an email.
Weekly
that they
Geek
really
Speak.
enjoyed it.
Again, Annalise and Neil as well. They got in touch with us over the holiday period.
Yes.
And we also got a congratulations from, and I'm trying to find it because he's a new one.
I think I saw. I don't know who it was.
Andrew from Weekly Geek Speak as well congratulated us on it.
Someone just down there said, "Good show this week. Love the ending too."
Yeah, that was Andrew.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, he's changed his picture.
Yeah. It's here somewhere. I saw it
There's
a little while ago.
Lots of Paul. And from Ant on Any Gaming tweets us.
Yes.
He's been tweeting us. Go and check out his videos as well. They released him and Ed playing Slender: The Arrival.
Yes,
Slender Man game.
they did, didn't they?
They released that. That was quite funny.
Oh, this is so annoying. It was here. But the thing is, we haven't done a live episode in so long that I had to go back to the 12th of December to start finding things.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, it's disappeared. Disappeared again.
Robert England.
Not England.
Not Robert England, no. Yeah. Robert England, at RLE116 on Twitter. Said ABH Pod hits 100. Congrats, guys. Really enjoy listening and hope for at least 100 more.
Yeah.
And then put the
hashtag ABH 100, which I think Nerdchurch started. So I think he's a Nerdchurch person.
He's one of their four.
Yeah, I suppose it would probably be more accurate to call him Robert Angland.
Yeah, this is true.
Because it's spelt the same as Angland.
Yeah. That is the proper pronunciation.
Especially if he's through Nerdchurch as well.
You'll get that.
England, yeah. Anywho.
Indeed. So, thank you for everyone who got involved and commented.
Do we talk about the Ridgecast Christmas episode?
Yeah. No, because you put up the tweet. It's there for anyone to see.
Did I?
Yeah, about the original email.
No, but I direct messaged them. Oh, no, it was a tweet, yeah.
There was a tweet.
Yeah, they accused us of doing it wrong, and then they berated us for doing it wrong.
Yeah, if you listen to
I just put up a picture of the direct message conversation with Jake where it proves that we did it right.
Indeed. Basically, they played some games on their Christmas episodes.
It's great fun.
They're always a good show. Their Christmas episodes. They produce one of my favourite podcasts every week anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
And they asked us to send some
questions.
It was like
a 1, 2, 3 facts.
Yeah.
Thing.
So 3 facts. One of them, normally in the game, one of them is true and 2 are lies.
Yeah.
But we were emailed by Jake to say, and I quote, if I can get the quote, where is it? Have you got it somewhere?
I don't know if I've still got the pictures.
No.
I screenshotted them. I don't think I've still got them. But yeah, he said, could you guys please, if you have time, where is it? It's in messages in Twitter. You've frozen. Your screen is frozen, and you have frozen as well.
I've frozen as well.
But yeah, he asked us to do.
Here we are.
3 to 5 facts, or 3 to 5 questions.
Each with three
facts, one of which false.
Is a lie. Yeah,
one of which is a lie. He said, yeah.
So we did. Yeah, shall we certainly, for clarity's sake, you want 3 to 5 questions made up of 3 facts.
This is my reply to that.
Is a lie, right? And he said absolutely correct, because that was what you were
not only did he say correct, he said absolutely correct.
Yeah.
He was...
so that's what we did, and then we were berated for not playing the game properly by the 2 people who weren't involved in the setup of the game. And then Jake threw us under the bus by saying, they're wrong. And we decided to put the record straight. That is the way we were supposed to be doing.
It's great fun though. The thing is,
it didn't affect the score in any way. I don't think anyway.
No. Fate prefers Ian.
Yes, yeah. Ian, once again, he retains the crown.
It's fine that I loved the episode, and I was a bit like, "Oh, you fucker, you threw us under the bus." But it did allow for a really funny episode, and it allowed for a funny tweet.
Indeed.
Hey, look, because I included Talking Head Pods, I included Jake, Ian, and Rashawn, all of their Twitter accounts. I was like, look at this conversation. I threw Jake under a bus.
We'll get you back if you fuck with us.
Yeah, we're always there. And he kept. The weird thing is, actually, in all honesty, he was. He keeps. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't
crediting
know.
us, ABH Pod, anywhere but here, for this thing. We didn't send that.
No,
that was Ant and Tom.
It was Ant and Tom from Shiptime Transit. So I don't know why we were getting the flack in the first place. It was them.
Yeah, they did it wrong, but not right. They did it right, actually. Yeah.
This whole ruse is going to
So anyway, credit Ant and Tom from Shiptime Transit for getting involved in Ridgecast.
The account that we should have gone for. Anyway.
No, because he sent the tweet to anyone but here and said, "Can you ask Ant and Tom from Shiptime Transit?"
This is true. Yeah.
So.
Oh dear.
Fuck's sake! Why do we do this to ourselves?
I don't know.
Anywho, so you're just going through Twitter, kind of like, what can I do?
Yeah, there are a hell of a lot of, like I said, it's been nearly a month since we did an actual proper episode where we were live. So there's a lot of, I've had to go through quite a bit this morning. I've spent an hour going through all the things that Just Joe has sent in.
Yeah, and I spend my days
quite
scrolling through Reddit now and going, that's cool, I'll open that.
Yeah. There are some interesting Christmas stories, actually.
Yeah.
A couple of interesting ones.
As we're still kind of close.
Yeah, well,
we
were talking about Christmas and New Year and all the podcasting and stuff that went on in between. So, one particular person who needs a mention is a guy called Joe Riquelme.
Yeah.
Riquelme.
That's his name now.
Yeah, Riquelme. That's what I'm going to say. He is a successful app developer. He came up with the app Video Shop. Nope, never heard of it either. He's quite rich though, and he gave his parents quite a nice Christmas present this year. He paid their mortgage off for them.
That's all. That's amazing.
Yeah. I would play the audio, but
there's not much to it.
There's only people crying, basically, is what it is.
Including the people watching the video.
Yeah.
I did see that. That's actually one that I did see on Reddit. I've noticed since going on Reddit regularly every day, I will see something on Reddit, and then a couple of hours later it will show up on Facebook as a real viral thing. It's really cool.
Yeah, so you get it on Reddit first. You're at the breaking.
Yeah, I saw it, and then I see it on Reddit later in the day, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen that. But yeah, it's amazing. It's the sort of thing I've always said, if I ever won the lottery, the first thing I would do is buy my parents a house.
Yeah.
That is the first thing I would do. And I
Absolutely.
think that comes from... Is he Muslim?
I don't know.
Was he? I can't remember where I saw somewhere and it said he
doesn't say on the whatever site I'm on here. I think it's the Guardian that I'm looking at here.
Because Telegraph. Yes, right there.
So it is.
Yeah. But anyway, there's something of being family oriented. Like I'm quite family. I was always brought up in quite close family.
Yeah.
It was always sort of bring your friends around. We'll cook them dinner. You know, it was always. You always spend time with your family. Christmas is a family thing.
Yeah, I have that as well.
Birthdays are a family thing, and you have that. So I imagine you would do the same
Absolutely,
thing.
yeah.
Before buying myself a house, I will buy my parents
you've got to take, because at the end of the day, my parents have put me, you know, they raised me for 20 years.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They still, up until recently, have bailed me out with things, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
They buy me like lots of stuff for Christmas. Still, which is ridiculous.
It's lovely, like seeing stuff like that, and fucking Reddit was full of those things over Christmas.
Yeah,
people doing nice things for family. It was people are nice.
People are nice, and the internet's
Reddit's a horrible place. Generally, a lot of it is horrible, but then there's really nice things. There's like just a casual conversation subreddit where you go in, just start up a thread talk, and then people will come and talk to you about. Like, they'll just chat to you, not say you dickhead.
Not with an agenda.
It's a subreddit specifically for having nice conversations, no matter how stupid the question is.
Oh right, that's quite.
It's
cool.
really nice.
But that's the internet in a microcosm, isn't it? Really, because the internet is generally quite a bad place, I think. But you
We've spoken about it a lot in the past.
You do find pockets of niceness in amongst all the crap, and so that was one of my
One of my favourite
nice Christmas
things
stories.
I saw on Reddit was there was a guy. It's the Ask Me Anything, the AMAs.
Yeah.
And anyone can do one. And it was just a guy who kind of said, right, I'm sat here with like my 98-year-old nan. And I've always loved the story she's told. She's seen a lot of stuff in her lifetime. I'm going to help her. If you've got any questions, like ask her anything, basically. And he sat there with a computer and he asked his nan, and then he was transcribing.
That's
it all.
quite cool.
It was it was funny though, because there's a 98-year-old woman, so it's like, oh, what happened here? And then she'd go off on a rant and talk about something else. And it was perfect, and it was just really nice.
Yeah. Weirdly, sort of off the AMA stuff, there was a guy earlier on in the year who did an AMA because he had 2 penises.
Yeah.
And lots of people were curious and wanted to know how he got on in life.
Yeah.
And he did an AMA and it lasted hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
And eventually he had to go off. But apparently he, even to this day, is still getting people asking him questions about how he, you know, how he has relationships. Girls ask, you know, there's lots of
threesome, really, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Well, that's probably something that was covered
on your own. Yeah, precisely. I think he's bisexual. He's had this really quite colourful sexual life by the sounds of what he was being asked.
I mean, take advantage of it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, precisely. But he's because of the amount of questions that he gets asked and because they get repeated quite a lot, he's actually written a book now called Double Header, My Life with 2 Penises.
I had to stop myself from pissing myself laughing out loud as I read that over your shoulder. There's like loads of questions in my head that I'd want to ask him now.
Exactly, but now you can buy the book through avhpod.com.
Is it on Amazon, is it?
On Amazon, I would imagine. It's a book. You'll find it there.
Double Header.
So yeah, and also another thing that links in with the old people, a 114-year-old woman who was challenging Facebook's rules on putting her real age up because Facebook wasn't allowing her to put her real age up because they didn't believe her.
Well, 140, no one lives that age.
Unfortunately, just before Christmas, she passed away.
Yeah. I was just about to say, actually, no one lives to 115.
No, unfortunately not. She was from Minnesota. Her name was Anna Stower. And she died peacefully in her sleep, thank God.
As you would hope. Yeah.
But yeah, she had this ongoing thing with Facebook that they wouldn't allow her to put her real age up.
Yeah.
Because I think the oldest you can go is 100, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because generally people don't live much past 100, do they? So,
no.
And you would think someone that age probably wouldn't want a Facebook page.
This is it, yeah. But obviously she did. And why not?
Why does it matter?
I don't think it does.
Like on the side of it, you go, yeah, fuck, because why won't they let her put it on the other side of it? It's like, just say you're 99. You know, it doesn't matter.
But she's proud of the fact she was born in 1901.
Yeah, it's cool, but...
You have no respect.
Honestly, like, if you go onto a webpage now, like, when you were younger, you would always lie, like, when you have to prove your age. And this is for, like, violent trailers, and on Steam, it's for certain types of games.
Most websites
Even
are just like,
now,
yes, I am 18 or over. Click.
No, they're different types of websites.
Yeah, sorry. No, but even alcohol websites, like...
you have to
you
do
go
that
onto,
now,
like, I don't know, the homepage for Witchwood Brewery or something, and you've got to put your age on. But you can just lie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Even now, like, I'm 29 years old. When I go on Steam and I want to look at a game, I very rarely put my real birthday in.
Really?
Yeah, I can't be bothered. Just go to 1st of January, 85 or whatever. It's like...
I don't know why I do. I just do. I'm too honest for my own good, though, sometimes.
I suppose. It's just weird. Like, you... And speaking of, actually, you're saying about breweries drink alcohol. Did you see that story about the guy called Jack Daniels?
Yes, I did.
And he named his son...
Jim Beam Daniels.
Yeah. Well, no, because his name's not Jack Daniels. It was Jack Daniels
Oh, that's right, yeah. And his son is now called Jim Beam.
Jim Beam something.
Yeah.
That's a bit odd, isn't it?
A little bit strange. Yeah. I that was on there. That was one of the things that Joe tweeted us.
But you decided.
But I wasn't sure about it.
Actually, I'm going to quickly go back to the Christmas thing.
I want to get back to Christmas as well.
Cool. I found a list of world's weirdest holidays.
Okay.
This is on About Travel. Have you ever been to about.com?
No.
It's a really good website.
Yeah?
For anything you want to learn.
Okay.
About.com. Yeah, about travel. This is. Did we cover weird Christmas holidays? We spoke about not Christmas holidays, weird traditions, didn't we? About that festival where people get whipped.
Yeah,
as they're running through
wasn't that
town.
Easter?
Yeah, I think it was Easter. We covered that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So this is about just general holidays around the world, not necessarily just Christmas. Have you heard of Uphella in Scotland?
No.
The Uphella Festival. On the surface, the Scottish holiday of Uphella might... It's UP-hell-AA.
Okay.
Might very well seem like an angry mob carrying torches, the inclusion of the word hell in its name notwithstanding. Interestingly, the holiday is a sort of pagan counterpart to Christmas, the rebirth of the sun, rather than the S-O-N.
Yeah.
And in late January, rather than late December, the good news is that unless you're a replica of a Viking ship, you don't need to worry about flames all around you. So this is one where they celebrate the rebirth of the S-U-N as opposed to the S-O-N.
Yeah, it's a pagan festival, just like Christmas.
Yeah.
And Easter.
Ooh. This one, everything you've heard about the Japanese being conservative, notable exception, love hotels, gets tossed out the window when you learn about Hadaka Matsuri. Hadaka Matsuri? No. Or the Naked Man Festival, held on, it says or, I think it means on or near the coldest night of the year in late February. The festival is said to test the manhood of those who participate, which is pretty ironic if you happen to be male. You know firsthand what the cold does to manhood.
Indeed.
So yeah, this seems to be like a festival where men get naked.
Okay.
At the end of February.
That's another one I'd not heard of.
Yeah, that's a bit of an odd one. It's said that if you can't beat them, you should join them. Why put And in the case of Lopburi, a village about 100 miles northeast of Bangkok, the is a group of monkeys. Oh, that's why. It's a group of monkeys most famous for stealing food and beverages from human beings, which is quite well known, isn't it?
Yeah.
In Thailand.
Yeah, monkeys are quite famed for nicking stuff off tourists.
They're trained to as well. The idea is that inviting monkeys for a sumptuous buffet each November will curb their thieving ways for the rest of the year. No word on how it's worked. I would think that encourages them to come and steal food by laying out a load of food for them.
You'd think so. It's like don't feed the pigeons, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they come in bigger numbers.
If you put food out for them, they will bring more.
Yeah.
They will bring friends.
Yeah.
It's good
they
over
will come
here.
back
here.
in greater numbers.
It's good over here. Well, you got the La Tomatina in Spain, which is the tomato festival.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
Where they chuck tomatoes at each other. Yeah. Or this, my favourite one.
Right.
If you've ever been to Andean South America, then you know firsthand how kind and gentle the residents of this region tend to be. Whether you rub elbows with the descendants of the Inca in Cusco, Peru, or traipse through the witches' market in La Paz, Bolivia. Rules are meant to be broken, however, and when it comes to the Tinku Festival in the Bolivian town of Macha, it seems that faces are meant to be broken as well.
Okay.
The great news is that punching your neighbour in the face isn't the only element of this festival, which is meant to honour the fact that Pachamon, the ancient earth goddess, demands blood for a good harvest. The bad news is that she doesn't discriminate, so if you happen to find yourself in Macha in May, prepare to be punched, foreign or not. This is the Punch Your Neighbour in the Face festival in Bolivia. That's a real festival.
Avoid Bolivia in May, then.
Yeah, otherwise you're going to get punched. That is one of the weirdest holidays I've ever heard of.
This is true.
That and the whipping. Is it? No, it was caning women, wasn't it? It was
That's
sugar cane.
right. Yeah.
The one we spoke
like
about.
dunking women water over them or something like that. It was basically
freezing cold water. Yeah,
beating women.
No, but to be fair, everyone did that last year.
Yeah, this is true. For about 3 weeks.
Yeah,
that was weird.
Us included.
Yeah. That was weird though.
That happened.
Yeah, that happened and went away. It seemed like the world did it, and then we're like, right, that was silly.
But the charity's got about 5 years worth of donations.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was odd. That went.
It was a craze.
Who saw that happening? Who saw that disappearing in a puff of smoke?
Yeah.
We got on it while it was there. We rode the tail.
We rode that wave.
Yeah.
While it broke.
Well, the ice cold wave.
Yes. Pope Francis. It was his 78th birthday back in
Happy birthday.
back in December, and he's the cool Pope.
Yes.
He's the Pope who's like
shaking it up massively, hasn't he?
Everything I hear about this guy screams reformist.
Everything I hear about this guy screams a troll. He's not actually a pope or a cardinal at all.
He's like, the homosexuals are fine, really.
In his youth, he decided, do you know what? I'm an atheist, but I'm going to change the Roman Catholic Church.
That's his agenda.
That was his life goal.
basically what he did for his 78th birthday. I think it was back in the middle of December somewhere, so around about the time we were doing all the pre-records.
Yes.
He went out into the streets of Rome and gave 400 sleeping bags to homeless people.
That's amazing.
I mean, come on.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't have caught the last guy doing that, whatever his name was.
Yeah,
John
he wasn't around
Paul?
for long, was he? No.
There
was one
between,
before
wasn't
that,
there?
wasn't there? Yeah, exactly. No one remembers the Nazi Pope.
Yes.
Yeah, so he basically... he didn't go round himself, I don't think.
Oh, you do surprise me.
Surprisingly. An archbishop called Konrad Krajewski led the distribution effort in a minibus stocked with sleeping bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just everything he does is kind of it's good. This guy Pope Francis, he's
basically gone. Do you know what the best thing about religious people are, or the best thing about religious people is that they're kind. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to show how kind we can be.
Yeah, and that's what they needed.
Let's be fair. The Catholic Church has had a hard time of it the last few years.
he's doing his utmost to kind of redress the balance, really, isn't he?
It's kind of like gay people. You know what? They're all right, actually. Homeless people just down on their luck. Here's some sleeping bags.
Yeah.
He's just like,
yeah, he's a good guy. I like him.
yeah,
And I think it's going to do good things for the Catholic Church in general. Really, it'll get more people interested anyway. That's for sure.
yeah.
I would
they're
imagine
swayed in that
kind of way.
Yeah.
But it's all about publicity, and this is good publicity as opposed to bad publicity, which
it's similar to not similar thing at all. But we went to the Christingle service this year because we keep meaning to. There's a church just up the road,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like Liz likes it because she likes singing hymns and carols.
Right.
She just likes singing. Nothing to do with religion at all. She
No.
just wanted to go up there. And it'd be nice to take Chloe just for the experience because she's learning about religion at school as they do, and she seems quite interested in it. So it's kind of like, you're interested, let's go find out what it's all about.
Yeah.
So we took up there. It was just really nice people. Just whiled away an hour on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Quite quickly. Chloe actually got chosen to take part in the service, so she went up to the front.
Oh, right.
Held a Christingle as it was lit. It was just kind of like, it's really nice. Did they celebrate the Christingle service everywhere, or is that a UK thing?
I have no idea. I really don't know.
Oh, okay. Because I was reading about it on the thing, and it was started by some guy in, I don't know, a little while ago, just to represent the world and shit.
Okay.
Not shit, but anyway, it was just quite a nice evening. Just go up
And
there,
not
sing
quite
some
as
hymns,
long as
carol.
midnight mass or anything like that.
No, just an hour. It's cool. Unfortunately, we did miss the ISS.
Oh,
So it's kind of like we had to go up and celebrate that deity. Let's
Yeah.
not say that made up figure. And in turn, we missed out on proving to Chloe that another made up
Yeah.
figure was flying through the sky. It's kind of like, how ironic.
but that's
If you're that way inclined. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I missed the ISS. I really wanted to see it, but it was kind of like slap bang in the middle of the Christingle service.
Yeah.
We've had to have popped out and gone, look, Chloe, there he is. Great, come back in and celebrate this one now.
Is the ISS worshipped as a deity?
No, Father Christmas on his sleigh.
Oh, I see.
It was Christmas Eve.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So England had a flyby
Right.
of the ISS on Christmas Eve.
Oh, is that what people
at like
were saying that it was
5:30,
then?
and they was, if your kid is starting to not
See, I
believe,
don't...
take
right,
your child out
okay.
and show them this.
Oh, right, I see.
That's sorry, I didn't explain that.
No,
very
you
well at
didn't.
all,
I
did
had no fucking clue what you were on about, mate. I didn't know what you were talking about because I was like, the International Space Station is a real thing.
Yeah.
It's not made up. That's up there.
Yeah,
It's a piece of technology in the sky.
I assumed you saw it on Facebook like everyone else
No,
did.
mate, and I don't have kids.
No.
So,
Cool. Yeah, so the ISS flew by England on Christmas Eve,
right.
and people were telling their children it was Father Christmas. Which would have been good for Chloe, because one of her friends at school turned around and went, Father Christmas isn't real, you're too old to believe in him.
And then you go, look at that.
And I was going to show her that. But hey, she got over it on her own, because she's a child and that's what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the ISS, go and worship it.
God. Oh, dear. Yeah. Someone else who got a Christmas present this year was David Attenborough.
Yes.
Sir David Attenborough.
Yes.
Institution British institution. He had yet another thing named after him this year. He had a beetle named after him.
Has he got other stuff named after him?
Yeah, he's had. Where's it gone?
Oh, I asked the key question that stops you in your tracks again.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
I should just let you carry on.
A spider and a plant. He's also had named after him. The beetle is called Trigonometerus Attenborough.
Oh, so they didn't just call it Dave?
No, not Dave.
Oh, okay.
Dave the Beetle.
Dave the Beetle. That would have been so much better.
Sir Dave. It's only 2.14 millimeters long and has been added to, the already massive amounts of different types of beetle.
It's insane how many different species of animal, insect, it's crazy. Every time you hear it and you think, like, it's just insane.
Yeah.
All these millions and billions of different species out there, and we're the ones that got control.
Yeah. Well, we're the ones who got the intelligence.
Yeah.
It's a bit humbling, really.
Yeah,
but yeah, so he had a Christmas present this year. Yet something else named after him.
Yeah, as long as he hasn't been fucking worshipped enough in this world. Have a beetle named after you as well.
Good man.
Is that an honour? I suppose it is if you're a wildlife person.
Well, yeah, he's he's been doing it for 50 years, 60 years.
If you're that into your wildlife like he is, I imagine it's pretty much an honour. It's pretty big honour, isn't it? I don't know. If someone renamed a beetle after you, I'd be like, yeah, tar.
I don't know. It depends. If it's your thing, then yeah.
Yeah.
And clearly it is David Attenborough's thing, wildlife.
Oh, actually, I have a wildlife
article.
Do? Yeah, this is crazy how this is working.
See?
Brilliant. So there's a wolf. There was a wolf in the US, Arizona. Is it a grey wolf?
Possibly.
Yeah, grey wolf, and it hadn't been seen for a very, very long time, and then they found one in the Grand Canyon for the first time in 70 years. It had been spotted, so it's a very endangered species, shall we say, because it wasn't seen for 70 years, and it had been tagged and whatnot. And
it was the same wolf.
Well, no, it's not that old.
I was gonna say.
I don't know. No, that specific breed of wolf,
Ghost
I suppose.
wolf.
Yeah, this grey wolf hadn't been seen for years. We've established this now, haven't we?
Yeah,
I'm struggling to find. See, what I do is I get 70 years in the Grand Canyon.
Yeah,
and
in Arizona, in the US.
Yeah,
cool.
So in this particular part, it was travelling around as well. Apparently, well, anyway, they assume they haven't got to the bottom of it. I'm going to eat my microphone. I did read it.
Yep.
So honest this morning. In Utah, there is an act where you're not allowed to kill an endangered species. Isn't that the world over? I would assume. But they've specifically said in Utah.
They've made it as a law.
Yeah, it bans the killing of imperiled animals without special permit. Which means you can kill them if you have a permit. That's a bit fucking mental, isn't it?
Even endangered species.
It's the US.
Guns and shit.
But coyotes in the state are allowed to be shot on sight. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I understand if you're a farmer.
They're probably a pest.
And it's killing... Yeah, I understand if you're a farmer
livestock.
and it's killing your
sheep
stock
or whatever.
that livestock, then yes, fine, kill it. But if you just see it walking across, not doing anything, it's like pigeon. Actually, over here you can shoot pigeons with an air rifle without a permit, can't you?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Anyway, so
I wish you could shoot foxes. Round here, they're a pain in the fucking arse. They really are.
Yeah. So there's this hunter in Utah. I don't think he's been named. Yeah, by authorities, he shot a coyote, or what he believed to be a coyote. And it is thought that it was this wolf, this one that they spotted for the first time in 7 years. It kind of travelled across borders, and this guy saw it, thought it was a coyote, and shot it.
There's quite a big difference between coyotes and wolves.
That's my feeling. They're grey dogs.
Massive.
wolves are big.
Yeah,
coyotes are a little
not,
skinny.
Yeah.
Ooh. No, they generally are skinny, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a lot smaller than wolves.
So this guy, it depends how far away he was, I suppose. But then he uses a scope and zooms in, and you can kind of see what it looks like. But
it's that whole Father Ted thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
These cows are small. Those cows are far away.
And this farmer is Dougal, and he goes, "No, I'm not with you." So, but apparently, once he'd shot it and realised what he'd done, he did call the authorities like he was supposed to let them know, because there's some coyotes in that particular part that have got the collars on them, the tracking collars,
right,
for research purposes, and if you kill one you have to phone the authorities. Well, this wolf had a tracking collar on because they needed to make sure they knew what it was doing, but they think it's Echo, a female who attracted attention after wandering through several states to become the first of the protected animals seen at Arizona's Grand Canyon in 70 years. See, told you, 70 years, right, Grand Canyon.
Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah. So they believe it's like, oh,
and now
what a mistake to make. This is my thing. Like hunting, I understand, and like I understand hunting deer and elk and things that you can eat.
Yeah.
Because then that life hasn't gone to waste. But just shooting a coyote for the sake of it
is not. Yeah, I know what you mean.
If you've got livestock to protect, yes, because they are a danger to your livestock.
Oh, microphone failed.
Not that you heard that. Hey, you like that? Didn't make a noise.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, I don't like shooting animals for the sake of shooting them. I got through it in the end. I got through it in the end.
We got there. Yeah. I'm not going to bring up the other downer topics. I don't feel like
I did have another one that I don't really want. Yeah. It's kind of
It's the new year. I want to remain positive. This one is at least another day.
Uplifting in a sense, but it's kind of surrounded by a horrible thing. But we won't, I suppose.
I want to talk to you about games.
Yeah, go on then.
I got 2 for Christmas this year.
Yeah.
I got Lego Batman 3.
Yes.
Which is fun.
I'm
more than 50% through it already.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, me and Chloe took a break. Because I was playing it with Chloe.
We haven't.
No.
And The Last of Us.
Ah, you got The Last of Us. Have you played any of it?
I'm almost halfway through that as well.
It's good fun, isn't it?
It is, but it makes me very, very anxious.
Yes, it does.
And it has invaded my dreams.
Oh, shit, no, really?
Yeah, not good.
Oh, you got clickers.
You know how I'm not entirely au fait with horror and survival horror games. I'm not a big fan of either. I didn't realise it was going to be quite as horrific as it is.
It is, isn't
but
it?
But it's not. I don't think it's horrific. It's fucking tense.
Yeah, it's not really horrific.
Tense.
It doesn't make you. There's not a lot of jump scares. I don't think. Is there any jump scares?
There was one that happened to me the last time I played it, and I haven't played it again since, and it's been like days now.
Oh, Jesus.
I was starting a generator after I've fallen off a lift into some water.
Yes.
And as you start the generator, you get jumped on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're down in the sewers.
Up. Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't like that bit.
Yeah. Oh, you'll come to that bit in the soon that made me laugh. Oh, I can't tell you.
No.
Oh, it's really funny. So you've teamed up with people now?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
No.
You've not found anyone else yet?
That comes in a little bit, I believe, because I read ahead slightly in the synopsis.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, because you get the synopsis of the chapters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think.
And I'm not quite there yet, but I will be soon. But I need to get out of that basement at some point, but that means going back into the game and starting up the generator again. Yeah. So, yeah.
This is fucking amazing.
It's a brilliant game, and I know
with
that
the clickers and
everyone has been raving about it for well over a year, and I should have got on it sooner. But
to be fair, it was 2013.
Yeah.
So it was raved about for about a year before I got it on the PS4, and then I've been talking to you about it, and you've got it. Yeah. Oh, it's just so much fun.
It's one of those things. It was always going to be. I think I wanted it to be the last game I got
for the PS3
before I went onto the PS4. Yeah. Because I knew that it was going to be good.
Yeah.
And it is.
It is. And
it's so good.
It was a perfect way for them to end the PS3 as well. That was the last big AAA game.
Because did you play it on the PS3?
No, I played it on the PS4.
Right, okay. So you can't comment on how the update of the graphics
looks. I can't, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, the graphics are amazing.
Yeah. So much fun. Yeah, it is a very tense game.
Yes.
It's great.
It made me shake. Like really? Physically shake.
I didn't find it that But I don't know. Are you playing it on just the normal level at the moment? You've not gone hardcore or anything?
No, I'm playing it on normal.
But yeah, the resources are pretty scarce as well.
Yeah.
It's not so much. I didn't find it as hard as some people said.
No, I
think that's because they played it on the harder levels.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it does, at some point, you're kind of running around and you've got like one bullet and one arrow and you're like, fuck.
What am I going to do?
Yeah.
There are spores.
Yes. Oh, the spores. The clickers are fucking horrible.
I can deal with it when it was humans. You know that bit where you get ambushed and it's just people that you're against? I can deal with that perfectly fine. As soon as there are weird noises and
the
clicking
clickers,
and
the screamers as well.
I haven't come across one of them.
Well, they're the ones that run.
Oh, right, yeah.
They kind of hear you, they scream at you, and then they run at you.
Yeah.
No, come away.
And I've fought one of the bloaters as well, which
in
are
the
the
gym.
big armoured ones in the gym,
There's not a lot of them.
No.
No, like people spoke about the bloaters, and it sounded like there was a lot. There's not a lot. There's
a couple more.
There's not even double digits, I don't think.
No.
I don't know. It's hard to remember. But yeah, there's not as many as I thought there would be, but the bloaters are fuckers.
They are. Yeah, I got killed so many times by that one before I managed to actually defeat it.
Figured out how to defeat it.
And it's the way it kills you as well made me...
Rips your head. Yeah.
Because weirdly, like, Jo hasn't taken any notice of it when it's been on. She's been reading or like, she's been in another room or whatever. But she sat and watched me play it the other day, and it was the bit where you're in the hotel and you're against people.
Yeah.
And I slammed the head of some guy into a drawer, and she was like, "Oh my god!" Like I felt that in my groin. Do you know that like cringe where you feel it deep inside your core? I was like, "Yeah, that's what I mean." Like this game is horrible. It affects you physically.
I keep toying with starting up Alien Isolation as well. I don't want to.
Yes. Yeah. See, that's a game that I fancied getting as well.
It's supposed to be horrible. That's one, actually, Kelly from Making Habits of the Modern Geek, she played that, and that entered her dreams.
Oh, really?
And she's not that sort of person. She'd say, or even just her life, she'd be sitting there, and she thinks she'd hear something going through the vents above her. There's no vents above her. It's that sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, it was weird, because we had quite heavy gusts here.
Yes.
We had a bit of almost like a mini hurricane, really, wasn't it, for a day?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Even though none of the windows were open in the house, the lounge door was clicking open with the wind.
Oh, Jesus.
Freaked me the fuck out.
Clicking.
That was another reason that I stopped playing it, because I was like, it's starting to come into my house.
Yeah.
This is weird. I don't like it. Yeah.
It's great fun.
But the thing is, like, it's like...
If you're there... You're not halfway through the game.
Is it not halfway?
No.
Because I looked at the plot synopsis on a website, and it's about halfway through the plot synopsis. So I imagined that it was about halfway through the game.
Yeah, if you look for the chapter title, because you get the chapters before you start up the game, don't you? If you look at the chapter titles and then you look, because each chapter's got a certain amount of missions in it as well. Yeah. Because I did that, because I was like, how far through this am I? And I looked, oh, I'm not far.
Right, yeah.
But I don't know, it depends. But yeah, it's still, it's a great game. You're glad you got it.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, and I will battle through it.
It's a good story, really good story, really solid.
And
really
interesting
good
characters as well. That Bill guy.
Yes, Bill, his friend,
gay, but it's never touched upon.
Yeah.
And it's never made... it's never made obvious, but it's never highlighted.
It's
never a big deal. Like, he had that friend of his.
Yeah.
And then he hung himself.
Yeah, you just catch it.
Yeah.
In the story.
And that's it. And I quite like that kind of thing, because it's like, oh, he's not a screaming queen. It's not a plot device. It's just he is a character who is gay. That's it.
And it's got your standard plot as well. Like, you knew quite early on what Ellie was.
Yeah.
Why she's important.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit 28 weeks later mixed with there was another thing that I likened it to in my mind a few days ago. It was a mixture of 28 weeks later and something else.
It's quite a standard story though, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's just the characters
the characterization of the plot is amazing. The graphics are outstanding.
Yeah. Level design.
And the violence is genuinely jarring.
But necessary.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
That's the thing. It's not
that's
unnecessarily.
It. Yeah, it's not
violent.
gratuitous.
I suppose the bloater ripping your head off might be a bit
It's gratuitous, but it's not in a kind of... believable. Like
it's
these
not
people
overly
have
gory either.
No.
It's a lot of suggested violence.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
The design of the infected is brilliant as well.
Because it's based on a David Attenborough type thing.
Yeah, it's based on the
fungus that takes over ants and turns them into mindless zombies.
Does yours have the Grounded? Is it Grounded? The documentary on it?
No.
Oh, okay. The documentary is fascinating as well. It's all about how they made the game. But that's really cool. What games did I get? I finally got Diablo for the PS4.
Yes.
So I can play that on the PS4 now as well as the laptop. I also... Actually, the day Liz goes shopping Christmas Eve with her dad, and The Crew was on sale for £25. It'd only been out about a month.
Right.
It was on sale for £25, so we got that as well.
The Crew.
It's driving. It's an online driving game. It's purely online, but you drive around the whole of the US, going on missions. It's fucking humongous.
Wow.
But yeah, that's really cool. That's what I got.
Okay.
Game wise, what else did I get for Christmas? Comics. I got Captain Marvel Volume 1 and 2.
Oh yeah.
Really fucking.
I've got to
good.
give you those Avengers back because I've read through all of them. Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Really good.
The Collective I couldn't put down. I read that in one sitting.
That's the one. That's the one I said to you was really good, and that's the one I flew through. That's 4, isn't it? Issue 4. 3. Oh,
yeah, because Civil War is the 4th one.
Was that 4? Was that 5?
Or is it 5? Oh, are there 5?
Did I give you 4 or 5? I can't remember.
Anyway.
Either way. Really good. The Collective is the one that I read, and I said that's the best comic I've ever read.
Yeah,
it's just fascinating. Captain Marvel, really fucking good as well. Really well. The new Avengers, it's the Brian Michael Bendis.
That's right.
From 2003 or 5, one of those two. 7. I don't know. Anyway,
can't remember.
Really good. If you haven't read them, go get them. It's the lead up to Civil War.
Yeah.
And Captain Marvel volumes 1 and 2, really good. Halfway through 2 now. That's amazing. That's really good, really well written, really
Looking forward to the movie now.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be that story.
No,
but either if it is, it's pretty fucking interesting story. It's like politics.
That's it. I think Marvel have grown up, haven't they? In the last few years, by the sounds of it.
It's very grown up, but managing to keep the fun element.
And that's what I like about Marvel, because the thing about Lego Batman 3, fuck all of the characters.
Yeah.
None of them. And it's something Joe and I were talking about the other day. It's like, I realised that I'm really not interested in DC past Batman.
No, the games are really
honest
good.
With you.
But the games are good as well.
Yeah.
But Batman games are good.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah. It's very
I
true.
want to play Injustice, Gods of War.
Gods Among Us, that's good. I'm playing that. But I don't care about
But that's a fighting game, isn't it?
I don't care about any of the characters.
No.
The story in that is pretty good.
Yeah. This is why I can't get excited about DC films, because I don't know who any of the characters are. I prefer Marvel characters. I prefer the fun.
Marvel wins.
Yeah.
It's just fun. Actually, one of my favourite lines because we spoke about me playing Lego Batman 3 was like the Wonder Woman when she flies and it plays the Wonder Woman theme. That's hilarious. There's a line in it, and I can't remember what he does. He's flying in the Batwing, I think, and he goes up to the moon, like in the Batman film. He goes up to the moon and you see the bat symbol. And then somebody goes, does every vehicle he drives have to look like a bat? And it
must cost him loads to make every vehicle that he...
It's just little.
I think that's Wonder Woman. I think she says that.
Oh, is it?
I think, but
things like that. But that's the writing of the Lego games, though.
What I quite enjoy is they put a couple of Easter eggs in there. Yeah. Right in the end credits.
Oh, have they?
One of which is a dinosaur.
So when you're 50% through, you mean completion? Like you finished the game?
I've completed the game, and I'm 50% through getting everything.
Yeah, 100%. Right.
Yeah.
Every Lego game you get.
They're easy to complete and they're fun, and I like playing them. And I've bought all the downloadable content as well.
Oh Jesus!
Because you get like a Dark Knight pack and a Man of Steel one, and there's a 75th anniversary Batman one where you get all the skins and a few extra missions and stuff. Just because it extends the amount of time that I can play it.
Yeah,
I like them a lot. I've played it a lot.
They're very casual play games, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And there's been nothing on TV, so we've literally just...
There's been very little, hasn't it?
It's been shit this year for stuff on TV, really. But yeah, there's the teaser in the end credits where there's a dinosaur that crops up with the Jurassic Park theme song in the background.
Oh, really?
I've read that Lego have got the rights for Jurassic World.
I heard that somewhere, yeah.
Which means there might be a Jurassic Park Lego game.
Where you can play Star-Lord.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Dr. Grant. And it will cover all of them, won't it? I'm imagining. Because they've done all the Indiana Jones films.
And if Lego do it right, which they usually do, there'll probably be a lot of tongue-in-cheek jokes about Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, precisely. But and there's also a bit right at the end as well where people come through the Slideways teleporter and they're in silhouette and they look like the Avengers.
Really?
But then the light comes on and it's all DC characters.
Oh, okay.
But it looks like the Hulk and Spider-Man and Thor, but it's just like Swamp Thing and people. So that's another hint, and maybe they should do a DC Marvel crossover. I don't know whether it would work.
Could they?
They could, because they got the rights to both. They don't need permission, I wouldn't have thought. I don't know. Don't know where it lies.
It might be like the Roger Rabbit sort of
where
deal
they all get
they have
50% time shit. Yeah. Like Iron Man.
Which would be
and
very
Batman.
difficult to do because it's the play and it dictates how long the character gets.
Yeah, Iron Man and Batman have the same amount of lines because they're the playboy billionaire philanthropists.
Yeah. They're the same.
The Hulk and, I don't know, Martian
What's
Manhunter.
Baron... Is it Baron something?
Zemo?
Oh, I don't know.
Don't know.
The big grey fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Solomon Grundy.
Solomon Grundy.
Yeah.
Where did Baron? Was I thinking Baron Samdi? It rhymes.
Possibly, yeah. Anyway, they're good games.
Yes.
And I'm glad that I had them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for the rest of Christmas, it was generally podcasting equipment and clothes.
Yes. Yeah.
Generally speaking. I didn't even get any books or CDs this year or films. I stayed away, actually. I didn't want them.
Yeah. Clothes-wise, I've got 2 pairs of lounge pants. I've got some turtles. One's an animal.
Nice.
Fucking love lounge pants. They're good.
I gotta say, I wear jeans all the time, literally all the time. I should get something more comfortable. But
lounge pants are awesome.
Yeah,
they're annoying without pockets though, because you've got no.
I can imagine. Are they basically pajama bottoms?
Yeah.
That's what
so you don't need somewhere to put your phone, to be honest. But...
if you're wearing a hoodie, you've got pockets in there.
True.
I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so like I said, I don't really want to touch on UKIP or Katie Hopkins because I don't want to, or AirAsia, no, because that was a mystery, but then it wasn't. Yeah, it's very sad.
Let's not touch on that though.
No, let's not. Let us know what you got. I mean, Weekly Geek Speak have been doing that thing, haven't they, where people have been.
Yeah, the geeky presents they got. Oh yeah, because obviously I've got my Batman
sent in your stuff
Blu-ray box set, and then I got the animated series 1 and 2. I've got my Beano wallet.
Have you been watching through the animated series yet? Or...
Not yet.
No.
No, I started to, but Chloe's not interested. There's no Wonder Woman.
No, that's it. It's just Batman and Robin, isn't it?
Chloe just wants Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
That's all she's interested in.
Well,
there are women in it.
Yeah, but they're not.
Nah,
central
they're not
protagonists, are they? And they're not Wonder Woman either. Excuse me.
Yeah, so no, I haven't really done. What did we watch? We've been watching a shitload of films over Christmas. We got back into Weeds because we took a break on. We stopped that a couple of years ago, but we got back into it and it's still really good.
Okay,
fucking good Weeds. Yeah.
I started watching Sherlock last night.
Did you? It's good, isn't it?
First episode. Yeah.
Solid.
There were parts of it where I was like, "Am I enjoying this or am I not?" But overall, definitely.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. So we will be watching the rest of that.
It's very funny
over time. Yeah, it was. I
Martin
wasn't
Freeman
sure on
Benedict
the
Cumberbatch relationship is really good.
Yeah, I wasn't sure on the tone of it at first. I wasn't sure how it was supposed to be taken, but about halfway through, I think it clicked.
It is
and I was
funny.
Like, oh right, okay.
It's serious, but you're supposed to laugh at because they're very clever.
Yeah. No, it was good. So I'll start watching that. Again, I'm years behind on everyone else, but fuck
well,
it.
no, I to be honest, I've only watched the first 2 episodes because Liz refuses to watch the end of the second episode on her own. And she says, just go on to the 3rd episode. I can't. You need to know what happens at the end of the second one.
I see. So something happens in the next episode.
Was the first one's the one with the suitcase, isn't it?
Yeah, with the guy with the drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was very, very clever, the way that came together.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm sure I shall watch more.
It's very good. You'll be able to tell me if it holds up.
Yeah. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
A year on.
Oh, well.
But yeah, so again, if we just advertise the 104th episode.
Yeah, don't forget the 18th.
So Skype, if you have Skype, we will let you know what time we're doing it.
Add us in the meantime anyway.
Yeah, add us to
let
your
us
contacts.
know if you're going to, if you plan on calling in.
Yeah, like I say, it'll be mid-afternoon, our time. 1, 2, something like that.
Something around
Go
lunchtime.
on for an hour and a half, maybe something like that.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Basically, it's massively open-ended. It depends on however many of you guys fancy joining in.
But it's got Skype voice calls as well, please, because of bandwidth.
No visual.
Just because of bandwidth reasons and quality of call. Yeah, let us know. Like we said, let us know what you got for Christmas. If you've got any opinions on what we got for Christmas.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be people out there berating us for being behind on everything or whatever. I
think so.
So we will be putting out the time, like I said, that we will be going up on the 18th.
Yeah, what we hashtagging? Because apparently we have to hashtag everything.
Do you have to hashtag everything? Do you?
ABH2.
I don't know. ABH2. Yeah,
for 2 years.
Maybe. Let us know if you fancy coming on. Whatever. Add us on Skype to your contacts ahead of time.
Yeah.
Put a reminder in your phone so that you know when to call us.
And Robbie, don't forget to keep reminding us how long it is until our 2-year anniversary.
And then who knows? In 3 episodes' time, there might be a new theme tune and a new look to the podcast.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So thank you for sticking with us on this rambling episode. We've covered a lot this episode.
Yeah, and now we just have to try and remember what we covered so we can write the blog.
That'll be difficult. And we have something else to do for someone else now. Whoa!
Hey.
Okay. Oh, God. Thanks for sticking through it with us. We are back after nearly a month away. Please don't go too hard on us. With your feedback, that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for this... Christ. I can't finish. That sounded worse than it.
Yeah. Don't go hard on us. I can't finish. Just say it. For this week.
For this week, for Anywhere But Here, I've been Tom.
I've been Ant.
Bye.